Apple just reported their latest quarterly earnings and they absolutely destroyed what analysts were predicting. And for the first time ever, they brought in more than 100 billion of total revenue in one single quarter. So over a 90-day span, the company brought in a total of 111.4 billion of total revenue in their first fiscal quarter of 2021. And this top line revenue growth was 21% year over year. And the new iPhones that just came out to end 2020 really led a huge surge in total iPhone revenue. Apple is already the largest company in the world with a $2.4 trillion market cap, and the share price has grown by 80% over the past 12 months. And in today's video, we're going to discuss this tech giant, go over Apple as a whole, and take a look at their latest quarterly report, break down the numbers to see how well the company performed over this latest quarter when they posted a record high in top line revenue of 111 billion. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, I am the Gen Z investor, and every single day we talk about the stock market, going over different stocks you can buy and sell, and discussing any major market news or headlines. So please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for daily videos, and today we're going to discuss Apple, go over their latest earnings report, and the potential for this company to continue to grow and reach a $3 or $4 trillion market cap over the next few years. And one thing I do want to share right away is that Apple is the largest holding in my personal financial freedom portfolio. I own 101 shares of this company with a total market value of over $14,000, and I'm currently up around 35% on this position. And if we take a look at my spreadsheet, this Apple position right here, the largest in my entire portfolio, makes up around 17.5% of the entire $82,000 market value. So I'm heavily weighted in this company, and I plan to continue to hold onto this position over the long term. So now if we take a look at this latest quarterly report, we're going to break down the numbers and take a look at how each segment of the Apple business performed over this past holiday season. So for the first time ever, their total revenue crossed that symbolic $100 billion mark, and sales grew 21% year over year. So even for a company like Apple, with over $300 billion in annual revenue, they are still able to grow at a substantial rate year over year. And their sales growth is spread across all their different business segments. And if we take a look, sales for every product category rose by double-digit percentages over this latest quarter. And Apple's earnings per share and sales completely destroyed Wall Street expectations. And now we're going to take a look at the actual numbers. Earnings per share for the quarter were $1.68, beating the estimate of $1.41. So you can see EPS came in at around 27 cents higher than what was predicted. Total top line revenue came in at 111.4 billion, beating the expectation that was set at around 103 billion. So we can see that people were actually predicting that Apple would cross that $100 billion mark. But of course, not only did they cross 100 billion, they destroyed the analyst expectation by close to 8 billion higher than what analysts were predicting. And the total sales growth was 21% year over year. Again, absolutely incredible. And one very important item to remember is that over this latest quarter, the company released the iPhone 12 and all the different versions of their newest product. And that's an incredible addition to the Apple portfolio that really helped lead iPhone sales even higher. And if we take a look, the iPhone revenue came in at more than 65 billion, which was a 17% year over year growth. And this is the largest business segment of the Apple ecosystem, and investors are very happy with this massive year over year growth rate. For the past few years, the sales growth in the iPhone category was slightly slowing down. So this new kick up to 17% year over year growth is a nice little rebound and does drive a ton of investor confidence. And like myself, Apple is the largest holding in my portfolio, and I love seeing this 17% year over year growth in their largest business category. And now we're going to take a look at the business segment that I believe is going to drive Apple even higher over the next 5 to 10 years, and that is their services. Apple services as a whole continue to grow at an astounding rate year over year, and these high margin products are where I believe a ton of the future value and growth is going to come for Apple's top and bottom line. Of course, we're seeing iPhone and other hardware products continue to grow right now, but at some point that is going to slow down. And I believe the services with the high margins that they provide are going to bring investors a ton of value for decades in the future. And over this latest report, they brought in $15.75 billion of total service revenue, which was up 24% year over year. And analysts believe that the profits from these Apple services will top more than $50 billion over the next 5 years by 2025. And of course, that is due to the massive margins that are on these services. 63% margins compared to 32% for the iPhone. And as these continue to grow and expand, we're expecting them to be the iPhone over the next 5 to 10 years. If we take a look at where the numbers are today, iPhone revenue of over $65 billion compared to service revenue of 15, and that indicates 5x potential upside over the service revenue in the next 5 to 10 years. And as a whole, I can absolutely believe and can absolutely picture services making up 30 to 40% of the total revenue and income from their business. And if we take a look, Apple has an ever expanding fleet of different service products available for consumers. We have things like Apple Care, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, Apple News, and many more. And they continue to come out with new services each and every year. And we just got news that they're planning to create their very own podcast subscription service to compete with companies like Spotify. And the company has also just released, back in December of 2020, their Apple Fitness Plus subscription, another service to the Apple ecosystem. This is a fitness plan for $10 a month that pairs with your iPhone, iPad, Apple TV, and Apple Watch, and it gives you a full range of different videos, services, all related to growing and improving your personal fitness. And already on the first initial reviews, people are comparing this to some of the top and most expensive fitness programs available on the market, giving a ton of solid reviews over this first 1 to 2 months of initial launch. So again, all these services I believe are going to come together and drive the company much farther than where it is today. And like analysts predicting, this will be a huge driver of the total profits over the next few years in the future. And those grew 24% year over year. Apple's other product revenue was at around $13 billion, up close to 30% on a year over year basis. The Mac revenue, with more people working from home, they're going to increase and actually need more computer and hardware devices. That grew 21% year over year. And finally, we have the iPad revenue, which came in at $8.4 billion, up 41% year over year. And their gross margin slightly grew by just under 2%, which again is another great sign for the profitability of this business. And Apple CEO Tim Cook actually said that their results would have been even stronger if their in-person stores were open. Taking the stores out of the equation, particularly for iPhones and wearables, there is a drag on sales. So even after a record quarter of $111 billion, the shutdown of in-person retailer still believed to have hurt the total top line of this company. Imagine if they were operating at full capacity. I absolutely believe that they could have reported $115 plus billion of total revenue over the quarter. Moving forward, they didn't really give any guidance, which is okay. Not many companies are actually providing much guidance going forward anyways. And one thing that is a great sign, Apple's other products, which include the Apple Watch, headphones, and AirPods, did grow 29% year over year, even when people are spending less time commuting. Those products are really driven towards the individuals who have to take public transportation, have to go for a lot of walks, have to go from one place to another every single day, and that's when you would wear products like the AirPods and the Beats headphones. And of course, with gyms being shut down all across the country, less people working out in an individual gym setting, once again, where a ton of these products are worn and used. And we also got some great financial news. Apple declared a 20.5-cent per share dividend, and it has spent more than $30 billion in total shareholder return over this latest quarter. That's absolutely incredible. $30 billion returned to investors and shareholders in one single quarter, in the form of dividends and share buybacks, of course. That combination is incredible, and this really shows that Apple is dedicated to rewarding their investors. And if we take a look, their current dividend yield is on the low side at only 0.57%, but that current dividend payout makes up only 20% of their total net income, and that's incredible. Gives them a ton of room to reinvest and grow the business while continuing to grow that dividend payment for many years in the future. And their 5-year dividend growth rate is at just under 10% per year, again, which is a massive rate. So your dividend is on the low side starting out, but that annual payment does compound and grow each and every year. Plus, a majority of your total return right now is going to come from share price growth, which, like we saw, is up close to 80% on the 1-year chart. But with regard to the dividend, it has the highest dividend safety score possible, coming in at a 99, which is indicated as very safe. And it is extremely unlikely that we see a dividend cut coming from Apple anytime soon. And analysts currently have a buy rating on this company. We have 11 strong buys, 19 buys, 8 holds, 1 sell, 1 strong sell, which overall gives a buy rating. An annual revenue projection for 2022 is showing total growth of over 21%, with an average expectation of annual revenue approaching $335 billion, which I absolutely believe they will achieve, especially after this latest report that we broke down in today's video. So thanks for watching, everyone. This was a shorter video just breaking down Apple's massive quarter. They set a huge record, beating that $100 billion mark and absolutely crushing analyst expectations in every product category. This is already the largest company in the world, and I still believe they can grow even higher than where they are today. And I absolutely do not believe it's unrealistic to picture this company worth $3 to $4 trillion over the next few years as their other business segments continue to grow. I believe services are really going to drive the company even higher than where they are today, and I'd like to see how every single one of their business segments grew by a double-digit rate over this latest quarter. So a ton of positivity coming from Apple. If we see a dip in the share price going forward, I may even buy more and add to my existing position, although it is already the largest holding in my personal portfolio. So thank you for watching, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel. I am the Gen Z Investor. Every single day we talk about the stock market, so please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for daily videos, and see you in tomorrow's episode.